Today I'm back with a little ficus I started from a cutting from my other tree. As you can see, this time last year it was looking okay. A little overgrown, so I'll give it a little trim. My aim is to keep it small and prune it often. It's actually developed quite a lot since I started it, and you will see it does pretty well in this video. I'm just removing any larger old leaves and then pruning everything back to 2 or 3 leaves on each branch. Here it is after. It does still look pretty full, even if I did take quite a lot off. After a few weeks, there was a lot of new buds forming. It's now the perfect time to repot, and my first goal was to get it out of this tiny pot. Everything about it is just wrong, but it's all I had at the time. I'm going to put it in this even smaller pot. It's a slightly better shape, but it's still probably way too small. I started by trying to get the tree out of the pot. It was pretty jammed in there, and you can see the roots coming out the bottom. Ficus roots are always a nightmare, so we'll see what we end up with when we finally get this out. I had to use a knife to basically free the roots from the edge of the pot. They were just in there so tightly. After a lot of effort, I finally managed to get it free. It's pretty much a solid block of matted roots, so it's no wonder it wouldn't come out. So I just did the usual technique of getting all the soil off and then seeing what's going on. They're not too bad a shape. The thick roots are not too out of control. But I still went around, and as you'll see, I pretty much decided everything was too thick. So this is all I was left with. It looks bad, but don't worry, it will grow back in like 2 minutes time. It's all for the greater good. So after that, I just potted it up in the tiny pot, where it actually had plenty of space, but then that will happen when you have no roots. And here we are all potted up. I think it suits this new pot. I think it looks much better and also makes the trunk look a bit thicker. It is kind of too small though. There's not much change in March. It'll be just kind of recovering from that drastic prune. There was a lot of new growth in April, and it's just looking a bit too bushy, so I give it a light prune, making sure everything was back to 2 or 3 leaves. I have a feeling that this will be a very cool tree in a few years' time. And here it is after. It wasn't a drastic prune, it was just a quick tidy up. In May it might look like it's not growing, but it has, and it needs another light prune. But apparently I did the classic mistake of accidentally recording, so when I thought I was hitting record, I was actually pressing stop. So yeah, that didn't go to plan. Here in June again, it's looking like nothing has really happened, but it's actually really bushy. All the foliage is quite small and tight, so I don't think it's coming across on camera just how much it's actually growing. But anyway, I give it a trim and you can definitely see the difference after. It's a lot more open and lighter looking. Not much going on in July, but have you noticed that root trying to escape from the pot? If you haven't, you will soon, trust me. In August it needs a prune, but I just kind of left it. I just give it some time to relax and grow. It slowed down in September, but I have started to turn the grow light down. I think it's had a really good season. By October, the top hasn't changed much, but those roots are going crazy. It must just be the perfect amount of humidity in that grow tent, as it's covered in aerial roots coming down from all over the tree. And probably something to do with the tiny pot. It's an absolute mess in November. It's best just to let the rest over winter and then come back and work hard on it again in spring. Same for December, no change. But what do you expect? And here it is now, still chilling, waiting for the spring. And I think I might need to prune those roots. Thanks for watching, see you next time.